Yeah, some people like me are just destined to fuck up everything that we mess with. If I was made as a joke, I don't get it. Missed the call, but I guess I got the message. Usually I fall too hard, I'm addicted to pain. And if the world's on fire, I'll be swimming in flames.
What is up, team? Welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be heading to the office, and I actually asked my mentorship group if anyone would be interested in hopping on a live Zoom call with myself and sharing their experience so far inside the mentorship group. These are going to be unbiased reviews, all right? Anyone who's interested is going to go on this live Zoom call with me and share their experience. Maybe negative, maybe positive. I'm going to pick out certain parts to put in this video, but if you'd like to watch the full interviews in their entirety, I'll put a link below.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike, or everybody knows me as Magic Mike on the Discord. I'm 42, I have a family of four, I have 4 kids. I'm into fitness and nutrition, I have my own nutritional business. However, because of the pandemic, I shut my shops down, and so it forced me to basically do everything online. With that came all the opportunities. As you can see, just to keep everything authentic, I have inventory everywhere.
I love it.
I do Amazon as well. My wife and I do Amazon.
Cool.
So we're Amazon sellers. So how I began with you guys, or with you, honestly, I've always had a passion for trading. And so I never, I was never shy to kind of invest in learning. However, before TikTok, before Instagram and all that stuff, and everybody on TikTok and Instagram got trading famous, as you would say.
Yeah.
I would go to events, but these events were costly. They were $2,000, $3,000 events. And I would never get any golden nuggets. It was more kind of like, go to the event. All right, you want to learn how to trade? You got to drop $10,000.
Wow.
We'll see you next week, right?
Yeah.
And so that kind of discouraged me. So I just took a pause on trading and just started, focusing on business and work. Prior to you, I joined other Discords, but I didn't learn anything. I just kept spending more money. A lot of the other Discord gurus that had like Patreons, they charged $30 a month, $40 a month. And again, because I was so hungry as far as trading, I spent the money. Like it didn't bother me to invest in myself to learn something that I was passionate about. One day I just got tired because I just kept losing money. It was more kind of like copy me trading style. Like never really teaching, just copy and keep paying the Patreon. Just kept losing money. And one day I'm sitting in the house, well actually in the office like I am right now, and I came across your TikTok, and you were sharing as far as like you're a young millionaire, and I was like, man, this guy could be my son. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because of my hunger or just the way you presented yourself.
Yeah.
Let me check it out. And at that time, and I still, even at this very moment, the price you have for the classes and the courses is, for me, in my opinion, super undervalued.
Mm-hmm.
You could be charging more. So if anybody keeps saying this is a scam or it's too much money, you're out of your mind. Like you're losing your marbles, because if you go out there into the marketplace, you're gonna spend more than $500. I started my account with just $100, and the first lesson I learned from you was the Elliott wave theory. Right?
Yeah.
So I just kept using the Elliott wave theory, and I grew my account slowly. I stayed consistent, and that's what really drew me to you more, because you were more focused on consistency. And in an 11-month period, I was able to turn that $100 into $35K.
$35,000.
$35K. And so what I loved about that is that because I was able to do important things with that money. I was able to pay some debt off, invest in other long-term assets that I've been always wanting to invest. Help my mom with some medical bills, which was important to me. And the greatest lesson is basically just learning how to be a self-sufficient trader. I know a lot of people mean well when it comes to the discourse, but not everyone teaches.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I'm super grateful about when it comes to you, that you didn't just say, hey, this is my setup, copy me, or put the stuff as far as pre-market and the tickers on the Discord and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, just copy it. the course and everything that you teach is actually giving us tools to be better traders long term. So I'm super excited about it. That's why I don't mind sharing. I don't mind if people have any questions. Look, like I said, I'm being authentic. I'm 42. I have a family. I have a disaster in my office because I do work.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm a professional day trader and I'm sitting somewhere in some executive office. I have a normal life, and with the things that you've taught me, I'm able to trade. Good trades. Like the last trade I had 10,000. That blew my mind. I never thought I would ever see a $10,000 day.
Crazy.
I was breakdancing in my house. You don't understand.
That's crazy. I saw you post that, and like, huge congratulations. I know I already congratulated you, but that's a huge milestone, and it's up from here. So you've figured it out and you've taken the time. I mean, as far as like a time period of learning, like some people this could take 4 or 5 years, but you're driven. You would have figured it out without me. I think where a mentor comes in and where I came in was just speeding up that learning curve, and instead of this taking you 4 or 5 years, 2 years, and you're already where you're at, which is just, that's incredible. I think that itself is worth like a mentor. And yeah, just being able to help people financially, it's really a crazy opportunity that I never thought I would have, because I thought I would just, be sitting in my room doing it by myself, doing this by myself for the rest of my life. And just the community aspect of things as well, like being able to talk with other traders and see other people making money on that daily basis, weekly basis, whatever. The community that I brought together of traders, both experienced and not experienced, that is it. Trading can be lonely, so that is something that I think is very valuable as well.
Personally, what's been the most valuable has been the pre-market and then the trade callouts. I scan through certain stocks throughout the day looking for patterns and the setups that you taught us. And sometimes, not gonna lie, even though I've been able to grow my account and it's been successful here and there, I still doubt myself. I still kind of trade with emotion, and sometimes that fear sets in. So even though I'm looking at, 2 or 3 confirmations about my entry, I'm still thinking about it. And then here you come in the morning and you have, 4, possible trades that you're looking at, and I'm like, oh my God, okay, I'm getting into one of these, because one of the ones it never fails. There's always one out of the 4 or 5 that I'm looking at. For me, it shows that what you're teaching is actually works. And it also makes me understand that I am grasping, the lessons. Okay, so when I first started with you, I met you on TikTok, hoodie and glasses and all incognito. The course was $94.
Oh, you got in at like that beta price.
Yeah. And the thing about it is that even then, people were complaining about that it was too much.
Yeah.
So if I have a message for anybody, stop complaining about the price, invest in yourself, and learn. And I promise you that if they stick to the lessons that you're teaching us, they're going to be successful. If I can do it with a family, 2 businesses, crazy schedule, if I can do it with $100, anybody can do it.
Well said. That's awesome. Well, I'm going to hop on this next call. Thank you. Seriously, this was awesome. It was great talking to you.
Here, man.
Face to face is always way better than, just a little chatting on Discord with a profile picture. So.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, take it easy. Have a great rest of your day. Later. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's the least I could do.
So yeah, if you want to just introduce yourself, who are you, and if you're comfortable sharing, what do you do for a living?
Sure. I'm Bob from Scarborough, Maine. Right now I'm actually in Long Island, New York. I'm an outside sales rep for a company called Cirrus Systems, where we manufacture electronic message centers.
Very cool. Yeah, I remember I chatted with you a little bit just in the DMs about that.
Yeah, I still have your logo on there. I was doing a demonstration for the mayor of Lake Grove, New York the other night. So I can't tell you how many people see your logo every time I have it up there.
That's awesome. Well, we're gonna have to meet up sometime. So if you were trading before you joined, what did you struggle with?
Luckily, I haven't had too many mistakes because I joined your program probably like a month after I started looking into trading. So I'm brand new to it, but I've learned quite a bit over the course of 4 or 5 months that I've been doing it. I didn't even hesitate when I saw it was. I think I paid $250, but I think the course is. I mean, I think you could easily sell it for $1,000, especially where you have some of these other courses that charge weekly or monthly or whatnot.
Cool. So it seems like so far, like the experience overall has been pretty beneficial. You've had a good experience. I know there's so many people out there who think this is a scam, and I can say all I can, but at the end of the day, it's the guy who owns the company. So, I mean, if you could share some words on that, I think that would be it would be good for a lot of people who are watching this and wondering if this is just a fake group.
I mean, I wouldn't be wasting my time, money, or energy doing this call with you at 1 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. You know, this is considered kind of like my lunch break. I wouldn't be doing. I don't need to do that. In other words, I'm kind of surprised that people think it's a scam. I think the number one thing people assume is that you're making weekly or even daily callouts, but people just need to know how you work up front. I don't think they'll have any bad vibes to say against the whole program. I think once they get in it, though, they know what's going on. I just think the people, they like kind of judge it before they read into it a lot, you know?
Yeah, and I think, like, I had a couple interviews earlier, and we were talking about how the price is almost so low that it may even seem like it's a scam because of the low entry to join. And I've said this like a couple times. I felt like I wanted this to be as accessible to everyone as possible, and I know $300 or $500 is a lot for someone, but most people could save that up and be able to join as a side income for myself. $294, I don't need to go charge thousands of dollars. $294 is great. And that's another reason, like everyone asks, like, why do you sell a course? And just to be honest, it's everyone in life should have a side or multiple streams of income on the side, because like if you get fired from your job, this goes for anyone. If you're working a 9 to 5, you get fired, you have nothing to fall back on. So it's smart to build up multiple streams of income, to learn different skills like you're doing, just joining and learning how to trade. But I guess the price is like almost a red flag because it seems too good to be true.
Yeah, some of the other guys, they charge for their mentorship program, and then there's a separate charge if you want to join their Discord. So, I mean, if people really look into it, they'll understand that this is definitely the way to go, because it's a one-time fee where, I mean, you can even go back on your old callouts, and if they use TOS, they can kind of dial it back to that day and see how those calls were made and how those entries and exits were set up. So
if you could choose one benefit out of kind of the one-on-ones, the pre-market, the callouts, and the masterclass, what has been the most beneficial to you so far?
Definitely the masterclass, hands down. I don't really look into your Discord too much. I mean, I look every now and then at what's going on, but the masterclass is something you can take into, even if something randomly happens to your Discord and no one's posting in there anymore, you can still take the stuff that you learned in the masterclass and apply it to so many different scenarios. So I would definitely say the masterclass is where I kind of it's kind of like the backbone to what I'm trying to do with the trade market. So yeah, I made my money back within the first week, I believe, of trading. So I think it was $250 at the time, I don't remember, but I made that back right away.
Yeah, it's been a great year so far. I mean, up 253% year to date, which is pretty much unheard of, honestly. So I'm really, really thankful for that. Trading has its ups and downs. It's not going to continue like this. I mean, we're going to have losing trades. That's part of it. But it's been a great year. Sure. And at the end of the year, it'll be interesting to see what the record is, on the entire year as far as my call-outs. One thing you could say to someone who's watching this, why would you recommend someone join?
I would recommend someone join because, it's good to grow as a person and just, the main thing I'm trying to get out of it is having that financial freedom where I can be profitable on, Monday through Friday with, like you said, having two sources of income. So I think I've been trying to get my brother to join. I sent him your videos. He's kind of dipping his toes into it a little bit, but not as much as he should. So the way I'm trying to sell to him is that, if you don't have the time to invest and learn how to trade, you can at least take his call outs. And then once you see that it's profitable, you're going to say, okay, how did he see that? Let me see, maybe set up a paper trading account and see if it's profitable to, hit different balance entries on, different support lines and just take the same formula that you're using. So I'm sorry if I seem sidetracked. There's a lot of bad driving.
You're good, no worries. And I think that was really well said. That's awesome, and I really thank you for taking this time to talk to me.
Yeah, sure.
And I'll let you get on with your day, and keep me updated on how your trading's going. All right, have a great rest of your day.
All right, man. Have a good one.
See ya.
So my name is Elle. I am I guess, researcher, you could say. I work within research for consulting, investing, and just like financial firms. So I've been kind of in finance for a long time, wanted to get into trading, of course, and decided to give this a shot. So yeah.
Sounds very cool. So were you trading before you joined?
So I was never trading, only I guess just like trying to learn. It's crazy because I feel like you can go through so many YouTube videos and you don't get the information that you need. Like you literally, like, your Thinkorswim or, getting on like Thinkorswim, actually doing it yourself. It's like you almost have to teach yourself. So it's really impressive to see like traders, especially day traders or swing traders like yourself, who are able to like master that. Because I feel like there's no actual courses out there that are teaching you how to actually like analyze the graphs, like how to really read the charts. There's nothing out there like that. And that was where my frustration was. So I never got into it. I kind of just like gave up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's I was going to ask you next, like what made you decide to join the mentorship? And it seems like you pretty much answered that. Very cool.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you have that finance background, that this is, very similar to kind of what you do in a way for a living.
Yeah,
and,
so like I'm pretty up to date on like when you give out your morning, not call outs, but the like market updates. It's like I almost do my market updates and see how similar ours are.
Cool.
So it's nice to see that, but yeah, I guess there was just a whole block when it came to actually going into trades and things like that. But yeah, the experience has been incredibly beneficial. It's funny because I have a 13-year-old little brother, and after watching I watched your whole YouTube channel like in a day, right? And I called him, and he's at school. I'm like, hey, you don't have to go to college if you figure this out. And he's like, wait, what? Like, I'm in science right now. Can you call me after school? So I told him, I was like, watch this guy's YouTube channel. If you find it interesting and this is something that you'd be, willing to commit to, I'll pay for the course. And because he's only 13, I feel like 13-year-olds don't really know what they want. But I knew I wanted it, but I always try to motivate my little brother in some sort of way. So I was like, hey, I'll pay for it. Let's do it together. And then let's, bounce ideas off of each other. And we're like, my little brother, we're like almost 15 years apart. So it's kind of funny. Like I'm bouncing ideas off of.
I love that. That is awesome.
So he watched your whole YouTube channel. He's like, I want to do it. Let's do it. And he's like every Saturday, he spends his Saturday morning for like a couple hours just watching your videos and taking notes.
I love that. That is amazing. That's so awesome. It's so cool because I just see profile pictures. I never get to actually talk with like all these like thousands of people that I'm working with. So this is
Right.
like, this is really cool for me as well. And thank you for sharing that. Seriously.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I've learned a good amount. I'm one of those people who I will go through the course probably an additional 2 times. I'm still going through it now because I take a lot of notes and then I try to like apply it myself. So I try to master, each step. So I was going to get into the Apple call out that you made because I had actually been looking at that myself. So when you made that call out, I was unfortunately I wasn't at home. I was out and about and I was so upset because I actually messaged you about how like, hey, I didn't get your call out notification because my notifications weren't turned on. I was really frustrated, but
Yeah.
I've been watching Apple as well. And when you made that call out, I was like, oh man, this is going to be great. Like I see where this is going. And that was the first call out that I saw. And I was just like, okay, so he knows what he's talking about. Like, it all made sense. Like that's when everything just like clicked because I've been in the program for about a little over 3 weeks now, or maybe just at 3 weeks.
Okay.
And that was the first call out that I'd seen. And of course, I'm not expecting call outs, with you being a swing trader, we're not going to see call outs like every single day or maybe even every week.
Mm-hmm.
But when I saw that call out and I saw how good it was, and then just your market analysis, like every morning, I'm like, this is some really helpful stuff. And it really just like, it's got me even more interested to where like I wake up and it's like, you're the first, I go straight to the Discord and I'm just like, what's going on?
I love it.
So yeah, like it's just been learning for now, but now I told myself middle of April is when I'll really start jumping in.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably when their next call will be. But yeah, once that time comes around, the next couple of weeks, I'll definitely be ready to, get in there. I was very skeptical. Like when I reached out to my little brother and said, hey, is this something you'd be interested in? If he said no, I wouldn't have done it. But when he said yes, because my little brother, he's on TikTok, he's all that. I'm not really so much into social media.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like, he can kind of tell when stuff is fake or real. I don't know why I'm taking advice from my 13-year-old brother. I'm not get it. But, he's kind of a good judge of character when it comes to if people are real or fake, but he's on social media all the time. They know that.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, I think this guy's like the real deal. I think this is real. And he's like, can you sign up for the course? And it took me like 2 or 3 days. And finally I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Like, I was like, it's $300 when I signed up.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, if I lose it, it's fine. Like, I'll make it back in a trade that I'll do or something like that. Like, I wasn't even tripping on that. It was more so like, I just didn't want to be scammed because I liked your YouTube content so much.
Aww.
So, yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. And then I'll also say that the testimonials was another suspect thing because they're like so good. You don't want to believe them.
Yeah.
Like, honestly. I'm like, are these testimonials real?
Yeah.
Are these real testimonials? Is this, and then I know also on the Discord, like I kept getting like the same notifications over and over. And I thought I was being spammed. So I was just like,
yeah.
That's what, you know what, I'm just going to take a chance. And when I got into the masterclass Discord, it's so organized. I get notifications like, when anything's happening, like, it's not like, I don't feel like I'm being spammed or anything. So I think that's why some people may think it's a scam.
That's a good point.
I'm sure some would agree with me, but
yeah,
it's definitely not. Like, it's crazy because even when you me gonna do like my written testimonial, I'm gonna make sure and say like, guys, this is not a scam. I was the most skeptical person about it. And it's actually not a scam. These are real testimonials. People are actually having such great success. I think what really was like a turnaround point for me is you were brutally honest when asked, like you asked yourself, like, why am I creating this course? And you literally said, it's another stream of income. Like, why not? And I literally, as soon as you said that, I was like, that's like the moment that I was just like, holy cow. And that's like when I actually reached out to my older brother. I was like, this kid's real. Like he's not joking. Like this is real stuff. So, because there's so many people out here making courses to get money, but you actually put so much time and effort into the course, and then like you sharing, like even you in your videos, you're like, guys, people keep saying I'm paper trading. Like this is not paper trading. Like look,
yeah,
like it was really funny, and I'm like, okay, he's really like stressing that this is real. But I mean, you're gonna have people that don't believe you or kind of skeptical about it. So yeah. one thing that I think is very important to note is that you are very active in the Discord, and like, if I need to get a hold of you, it's not like I'm jumping through hoops. I send you a message and you usually respond within an hour. Like, you respond sometimes and I don't even know that you've sent me a message, because I'm like, oh crap, I missed his message, now I feel bad. And I'm like, I'm only working with you. It's like you're working with, you know, I'm sure like 100 people or something, you know? So that is one thing, is that it's almost unbelievable to think I can get in contact with you whenever I need, obviously like at reasonable times, but like whenever I need, and you are gonna reach back out. And like, I'm like, I paid $300 for him to not only teach me, but give me call outs, you know, or share call outs, market analysis every morning, like clockwork. And I can contact you whenever I want. I'm like, hold on, like, like, are you making any money from it? You know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy to think, like, this is a bargain. And I think like once people realize that, like if they really piece together everything they're getting, it really makes sense. You're like, this is totally worth it.
Yeah, that's a really great way to put it. Perfect. But thank you, seriously, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and I look forward to working with you more. So.
Of course, you as well. Have a good one.
Awesome. All right, I'll see you.
Yeah.
All right, that is gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I know this was a bit different than our typical video, but I wanted to give you guys an unbiased opinion or review of my mentorship group. I talk about it a lot, and so the first link in the description will be to the mentorship group. The second link will be to all of these interviews. We're gonna make a playlist. It'll be on private, but the link will be there. You can go and check out these interviews to their entirety, where they're not chopped out and we're not taking the best clips. These are unbiased reviews from current students in my group. Again, there's hundreds of students in my group, so I quite literally couldn't talk to everyone, but I gave anyone who wanted to the ability to come on and talk with me. So anyway, I hope you do enjoy those full-length interviews, and don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and stay tuned for next week's episode, Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.